Aloha. You're watching F5 On Demand. I'm Peter Silva, Technical Marketing Manager with F5, and we're here at the MGM Grand in Vegas for the IBM Pulse 2012 show. If you're at the show, we're in booth E404. Please stop by and see us. And I have Nojan Moshiri, a solution engineer with us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Caught you a little off guard there, eh? So I thought it'd be interesting to talk to Nojan from an engineering and technical point of view about the F5 solutions for IBM. So one of the things we were chatting about before we started recording was you're getting a lot of questions about offload. And so can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, thanks, Pete. Yeah, it's been a great show. We've had a lot of architects come through, and they've been leading with these great questions. I've had lots of questions about, well, how does F5 achieve offload? Mm-hmm. And it really shows that people understand what we do. They understand the load balancing, and they're trying to use us deeper within their network and really get that performance benefit that they've heard about. So I'm really excited about that. What we've been talking about is how we do SSL offload. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about our purpose-built equipment. I know all people that are familiar with F5 know that we've got SSL offload hardware on the boxes, that we take that task off of the servers. But what a lot of our customers don't know is that we also provide TCP offload. Mm-hmm. So we're actually providing intelligent TCP window sizing. We're taking all of that off of the OS stack itself. And then down the stack, we've developed this great solution for IBM Tivoli's Maximo. Maximo is an asset management solution. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's used by huge organizations to manage millions of assets. I've been talking to some state and local customers. I've been talking to some car manufacturers that are managing everything from welding supplies down to the smallest parts. So much so they have experts that come in just to lay out how to build the asset directory. And they're saying it's slow. What do I do? So this is a message we received loud and clear last year, and we took this back to our labs. I worked for about 3 months on this solution. And what we came up with, I've got behind me a diagram that shows how we're providing not only a symmetric solution with our WAN product, or WAN Optimization product, that allows people in remote data centers to get an optimized WAN experience. But more importantly, we also have an asymmetric solution with our Web Accelerator product. So you only need one big IP using our Web Accelerator product in front of the Maximo servers, and we provide an object cache that more than doubles the response time and the user response, the response that the user sees when they're accessing those assets. So it's been really great having these conversations with people here.
And so can you also talk a little bit about the big the difference between the web acceleration and the object caching versus the WAN optimization and the byte level TCP stuff we're doing?
Yeah, and that's a great question too. That's also a question I've had on the floor here. For example, people are asking, I don't have users in another data center. I just have users coming remotely. So how is WAN optimization going to help me? So WAN optimization in our deployment is a symmetric deployment. It takes 2 big IP devices, and it provides deduplication and compression and SSL for the stream of traffic going through the box, down to a 2K block size level. It's not looking at the application. It's just looking at the traffic.
Gotcha.
So if I've looked at a particular asset, and then my colleague next to me looks at that same asset, because the network has seen that, our WAN product is able to deduplicate that, and now you're not retransmitting that back over your network.
We already got it here, take it from here.
Exactly. Our object cache, our Web Accelerator, is application aware. It's operating at the application level on particular objects. Mm-hmm. So you've got all the graphics and the CSS files and PDFs. I had one customer talk to me in an oil and gas scenario. They get blow-up documents for parts that they're trying to repair. it's one of the other things that Maximo does. On top of being asset management, is also allows you to open up a service ticket. So you've got a widget, it's broken, you're on an oil rig, you need to know how to fix it. So someone back in the home office uploads this 20 meg PDF that has all of the instructions on how to fix this widget. Now you're sitting on an oil rig over a satellite link, high latency, not very good bandwidth. You need to pull that 20 meg document down.
Yep.
So our web accelerator has that cached, optimizes your TCP connection, optimizes how your browser is seeing that, and delivers that object to you in a much more efficient fashion. Now what we're able to see is cutting out that call to the database on Maximo. It's where we're getting a lot of our gains. So that PDF doesn't need to come out of the database, come into the Maximo server, then come over the network. It comes right out of the web accelerator's RAM cache.
It's pretty cool stuff. We often talk a lot about retail, and RFID and that asset management and
Right.
How many paper plates, how many T-shirts. But it's real interesting to also see that whole industrial side
Exactly.
that we can help in.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's a good point. There's actually some really interesting RFID solutions here on the floor around Maximo as well. Our solution, it's not necessarily suited towards those
Sure.
type of applications.
But it's still kind of interesting, the various industries that we certainly play in.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us, Nojan. Always fun
for the
talking
great
with you.
questions, Pete. Always
Yeah.
good talking to you too.
So if you're here in Vegas at the MGM at the Pulse 2012 conference, stop by and see F5. So for Nojan, I'm Peter, and we're with F5 Networks. Thanks for watching.